Did you say
The
Otis?
Record Store Day 2015
Well,
models.
why you would? We have a 45 of that.
And probably that too. If it's cut from the original, then that's
It is.
And it's good. And it's good.
It's good.
Who cut it?
Kevin.
Kevin did. Okay. Okay. Out of the cool. That's a definite.
Oh, this is a rare TAS record here.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. Well, I think it is. Michael, tell him why you're here.
So, I have a nephew who obviously I've known since I was 17 when he was born. Out of the blue, he emailed me and said, "Would you help me get 2 good stereos and here's some money. I'll give you a budget of $20,000 to buy some records." My nephew wants a collection of records starting from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So I'm so happy to do this for him, you know, because I love it when the light goes off and someone gets this whole thing. So, you know, where am I going to get these records? And I figured, go to Salina and go to Chad's. He's got a lot of records here. I've seen a lot of records here, not just the ones that he presses, but other records. That made a lot of sense to me. And I happened to mention this to my young writer, Malachi Liu, who will be returning to Analog Planet very shortly. I didn't ask him to do this, but he came up with this list of records that I should get for my nephew, many of which I'm going to definitely get. Some of them I never heard of, a lot of them I've heard of. Not only did he come up with what record I should get him, but he also listed what pressing I should get for him. This is the first thing he said.
Yeah.
"Hi, Michael. So of course there's some overlap between my picks and yours, but here's what I've come up with. So for a comprehensive selection of music in the 50s to the 80s, nothing from the 40s that I thought of. You know, this is a 15-year-old kid, but he's very well steeped in music from the 50s. I guarantee you. Divided by decades with notes on best pressings. Hope you're doing well. And while you buy these records for Bobby, that's my nephew, make time for Van Morrison's new QAnon album." This kid cracks me up. But anyway, so it's a great list of records. A lot of Bowie, Clash, Alice Coltrane, Eno, Gang of Four, Harry Hosono, and the Yellow Magic Orchestra. He's into that right now. He's going to be doing a comprehensive discography of the Yellow Magic Orchestra from my website, and I'm really looking forward to that. Chad had his people take out all of these records that were in pallets, boxed up, and make it into a record store here. And we went through thousands and thousands of once I start doing this, I don't stop. I have to keep going. And we found a few interesting things, and a lot of it was easy listening, but it was 50s. It was like the history of America in the 50s, you know, going through this people dressed in ties and jackets sitting in their living room listening to records, which is what everybody did, you know. They ate that way too, ties and jackets, strings of pearls. That's how people lived in the 50s.
Right. I mean, he was looking at everything pretty carefully. I was like, "Mike, come on, let's go." But what we did was I bought a record collection from a guy in Texas who had, when I bought the records from him, he had like, okay, here's all my Michael Fremer picks. Here's my Absolute Sound, Harry Pearson's picks. And we put them in the box and we wrote. And sometimes he would buy like 10, 20 of your favorite records.
That's very flattering to find that people do that, actually. It is kind of flattering. It's creepy, but it's flattering.
Well, it's not just flattering. I'm like, keep those Fremers together.
Yeah.
Keep those Harry Pearsons together. And so it was 50,000 records, and we're still working with it. I mean, it was amazing. We told the story before. I think Michael even ran the video of.
And then you brought out a pallet of junk for me to look at. I flew all the way here. And
I mean, the thing is the customer or his nephew wanted 40s, 50s, 60s, and I had tons of that stuff.
And I found good records,
right?
Things that I never heard of or saw before. Ooh, Mr. Lucky goes Latin. If this was stereo, I'd buy it. Xavier Cugat and his orchestra. Red Love and Cha Cha. Judy Garland at the Grove. $35, early 60s logo outside. Julie London's greatest hits. Steve Allen at the Wurlitzer electric piano. No.
You came here to buy records, and we have records.
And I'm excited to go out there to my nephews and and go listen to records with him on his new stereo with the records that I curated for him. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I think we've said everything.
Yeah,
that needs to be
no,
said,
man, it's all good.
And then some. And then
did
some.
Yeah, man, a couple of jokes in there. All right, dude,
Yeah, I can
thanks.
tell jokes. Okay, thanks, Chad.
All right.